Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. And I got a fantastic message for you, so please stay around. And I'm coming to you live from station WEBM. That's wonderful Eddie B. Marcus, operating smack down from the top of the sky, known as the spiritual realm, down to wherever you are. And let this message work with you as the blood in your veins. And when it's all given its moment in time, rise to live again. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Look, the message that I have for you is this. We have to stop spending our time talking about Donald Trump. Donald Trump's time is over. He has proven to the world, not just you here in America, that he's a scoundrel, and he's only fit to be the spokesman and advocate for a nation of scoundrels. And I don't think that you say that you are a scoundrel. And so any scoundrel that now has been recognized has got to go, and it's only a matter of time. So don't let us worry about what he's tweaking now. No, that is not our focus. Our focus is the change. Now we recognize this. Donald Trump might be as bad as he is, but it was something going on pretty terrible that allowed this man to get into office. So it is not good enough for us to just think, let us go back to the way it was. Let us recognize that even going just a little bit further is not good enough, because it all falls in the same category as this that we find ourselves in today. And if we're going to make a change, let's make the real change. And let me give you a message, something that you can hang your hat on, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to say something to you, perhaps, that you have not heard before, but I want you to listen well. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell therein. What that basically means is that there is no human being that had any input in the creation and establishment of the earth and all that the earth is about. It was done by a power outside of us that we can't see, can't touch, can't feel. And yet the evidence is all about us. It is about a power that was capable enough to make human beings, to make me, to make you, to make us, and qualify us with all those basic essentials for this body to rise up, to see, to smell, to think, to walk. A power so big that it made survival necessary for every human. And the survival requirements are common amongst us. Every human common amongst us. Food, clothing, shelter, education, health care. And there are many, but these particulars are absolutely essential for survival for every human being on earth. And did you know that all of the resources necessary to meet the needs of every human being on earth in the beginning and until the end? Did you know that those resources were already on the earth or in the earth or above the earth, seen and unseen? Did you realize that? Did anyone ever tell you that the knowledge, the ability to extract from these resources, whether they are seen or unseen, whatever is needed in order to produce whatever it is that we're trying to produce, those gifts are invested inside human beings, ladies and gentlemen. Did you know that? Did you know that each of us has something that's embedded in us, a purpose for being here on earth that gives us something to do, that makes our life complete, and everything else is just cream on the top, because we now have those gifts. And each one of those gifts are essential in the creation of those goods and those services, essential for survival of every human being on earth. And every human being engages itself in that process, making every human being. Maybe they didn't have anything to do with the shaping and the making of the earth, but the manifestation of the food and the clothing and the shelter and the education and the health care that is available to every human being right now is the result of the process of men, human beings putting their hands together for a common cause. Did you ever hear about that? Did anyone tell you that in order to do that, no one would be homeless, that no one would be without food, that no one would be absent education, that no one would be absent health care, and no one would be unemployed or working in a job that they don't like, or having to lie, cheat, and steal, commit crime just to survive? Did anybody ever tell you that? No, nobody ever told you that. Did they tell you that it was a simple matter? That you to open up your mind and see once and for all that the oil fields don't belong to Texaco or Amoco or Uinco. Oil fields belong to God, given to all of the human beings on earth. You didn't know that, but now you do know that. And when you were ignorant, when your eyes were closed, you walked and you stumbled and you went everywhere people were leading you. Some were Democrats, some were Republicans. Most of them were white men. Finally you got a black one. And they all leading you and stumbling everywhere. Nobody getting you close to what I just shared with you. And no one is going to get you close unless you wake up and demand yourselves that that's the way you walk, and no other way will you walk. And this way that I've just shared with you, that you never heard of before, you will give life to it, because it is by the Spirit of your understanding that's what you want. And the only way you can get it is have 8 billion other people working on the same plan that you're working on, and that is everybody making it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just thought I'd share with you, as one that wants to be your senator from the state of Minnesota, who wants to be the president of the United States, not for an ego trip, but for your trip from wherever you are to the place that your love will allow you to be. And that's to get on up out of this poverty. Get up and live. Live according to the will of a spirit that you can't see, you can't touch, you can't feel, but you notice its results. Especially when it's respected through doing unto others as you'd have others do unto you. My friends, I'm not ashamed to be able to stand here today and tell you, yes, I might not fit what you thought was good for a representative as a senator or president, but I guarantee you this. What I just shared, every last one of you, every last person on the universe wants this. The big problem is, how do you get it? And no one, so far, wants to commit to treating people with respect. Everybody wants to be bigger and better and more deserving than someone else. And that means that you ain't going nowhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Eddie Marcus. I want to thank you so much for giving me this your time, because I know many of you have been blessed, and this message, for some strange reason, is going to keep on moving on and on and on. And remember, the power to make all of the changes necessary in our lives rests in us, and stop giving Donald Trump time. His day has already been numbered, and we, my friends, are not looking for another man to put in that office, though there will be one, but we're looking for a spirit to be the guiding principle within that man or woman that will lead them down the path for that which we just shared about. Bye-bye.